The second session that I did a sketch note of was Susan Voisin's post-processing for food photography. She's most well known for Fat-Free Vegan Kitchen. This actually proved to be a very interesting sketch note because it was really more of a how-to in terms of what she does for post-processing. I decided to draw some of the different tools that she called out from Adobe Lightroom, and that's the program that she used. Although she also did recommend two free tools to get started, iPicky or Pixlr. You can probably go ahead and go on the web and search for those. So two of the biggest things that she said a couple times was, number one, you should always post-process. And by that, she means, use it to resize, sharpen, and save to the web, because you don't want to utilize WordPress or other formats out there to go ahead and resize your picture. You want to do it yourself and optimize it for the web. She also mentioned when you shoot, go ahead and shoot raw, because you always want to shoot in the highest quality possible so you can go ahead and fix it post-process. 5 of the tools that were really notable to me were the straightening tool, number one, and the straightening tool was signified by a kind of dash line, and it was a way to kind of fix any picture with some straightening, and it seemed really easy to use to rotate the image. The second tool that she talked about was the heal tool, and it looked like a circle with a little arrow coming out of it, and the heal tool allowed her to go ahead and heal any types of blemishes or things that, like a little sauce spill that she wanted to get rid of. I thought that it was really incredible how she used the gradient tools, and there was both a rectangular one and a circular one that allowed her to kind of keep the image looking nice and clear in front, but also add a gradient to the back so that it darkened up. She showed how you can play around with exposure, which is kind of like the brightness, but it's really the entire image, like the exposure, whether you let in more light or less light, and how you can also do a kind of mask so that you change the exposure on one part of the image but not on the other. And that was really interesting. And then finally, there's a lot of fine-tuning that you can do through the adjustment brush. 3 of the other things that she mentioned were having some sort of easy workflow that really works for you in terms of trying to post-process. You can add vignetting to your image, which darkens the corners kind of and adds this kind of gradient to the corners, and you can kind of see how I've vignetted the corners of my sketch note. And finally, again, she reiterated, don't allow WordPress to resize, and that's why I have all the letters in different sizes, and don't let that happen. Thanks for listening. Hopefully you got some insight into Susan Voisin's session on post-processing for food photography, and as always, stay tuned for more videos of Vida Vegan Con sessions.